To load an INPCFD1 data file into ZONA-MV, you can use the Import INPCFD1 File menu option as shown here. Now this brings up a dialog that allows you to import the INPCFD1 file. Now these INPCFD1 files are used by, for example, ZAERO's transonic method called ZTran, and it's used to map steady surface CP or pressure onto the ZAERO panel model. And the steady surface pressure can come from CFD codes. So in this edit box here, we specify the data file to load. And here we have an INPCFD1 file that we used to map onto a Cessna aircraft to map the CP solution. So we could do a transonic run. This happens to be at angle of attack 0. If we take a look at this file, we can right mouse click on it and say edit, and it'll open up the file. We see that for the ZAERO formatted INPCFD1 file, we have the number of surface grids here of about 700,000 and 1.36 million elements on the surface. And then this data here are the surface grids XYZ, and then the items such as UVW, CP, rho, density from the flow solution at those points. Now for this case, we are only mapping the CP solution, so that's where we have values. And then down here on the bottom of the file, we have all the connectivity to define the surface panel model. So we can select this file to load in here. Now for this case, we only have a surface grid and surface grid solution. We don't have the volume solution in the file as well. If we did, we would leave this checked to read both. We have an optional feature here that you can create a full model from a half CFD solution model. So if you happen to only have for example, the right hand side of CFD solution in an INPCFD1 file, you can mirror about the XZ plane to create the full span INPCFD1 file, and this module will automatically output the INPCFD1 file with the same name that you have listed here with an extension of .ful. So in any case, we'll load this K. While loading, it'll tell you the number of surface grids that are being loaded, number of surface elements. In this case, like I mentioned, we don't have any volume grids or volume elements. So once the model comes up, it's displayed in its panel form, and we see there's quite a few panels for the CFD model. They're very small. And we can select contour if we want to view the CP for this angle of attack of 0 case. And then when we double click on the contour legend, it'll bring up the contour options dialog. We select the variable that we want to view, in this case CP, number of levels, for example 31, and then we click OK, and we can go over to the controls view and turn off the elements so that we can get a better view of the contour on the vehicle. So in this fashion then, you can load INPCFD1 files to view the models and solutions.